It's really disturbing the lengths that some people go to for a Klondike bar. Hello everyone, welcome to
I
the
mean,
Warhammer Universal Theatre podcast, or as we all know as WUT,
What?
what?
where we just me and our fellow Warhammer nerds like to just shoot the shit and talk about some Hammer.
I mean,
Yeah.
I'd prefer some heresy for a Klondike bar. I don't know about you guys.
That's really
You heretic.
Hey! I resemble that remark.
You do, because you're a heretic.
Yeah, I'm not a Necron in a red cloak. What are you talking about? I am loyal to the Omnissiah.
Uh-huh.
At least I'm not a red scaly bastard.
You just hate.
Damn.
You just hating because I'm better.
Yeah, and you can't get any no bitches.
I mean, yeah, you're right.
Hi, Tilly.
Good. Welcome, Dallas. Looking for my my WUT logo, but for now I'm just putting my Space Marine chapter logo for now on the screen.
Yep.
The Slay Queens.
Slay Queens. Oh my
There it is.
god.
Okay. Yeah, the WUT logo. Oh man, but yeah, today we're gonna have today we're just recording a couple smaller episodes. Got some ideas to bounce off these dial-ins. But first of all, we're gonna do another round of where would they fit if they do fit in Warhammer.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
And also, I was thinking, how I was talking about doing the like the need to know, and then after that do a more to know when it comes to
Yep.
like faction topics. Like I felt like
Yeah.
there's actually a step we could do before that. So we'll do what we know.
Ah.
Okay.
Yeah. So
Yeah.
I'll go on.
That's a good idea because it's like, what do we know, and then fill in the gaps.
Yeah, or like basically it's like what we presently know as casual / serious Warhammer fans without having to actually read books and wikis. Like
Yes.
so if I just say like, all right, talk about Mortarion today. Then let's talk. What do we know? And if
He's a bitch.
just and if the conversation is just I can say it's like kind of short, then I'll throw in another topic. So yeah.
Okay.
So no prior knowledge needed. Yeah.
Okay.
Okay.
I might lack in some areas, and I might excel in some.
Right. I'm sure you'll make Mad Doc Crockstick proud.
Oh, I imagine I'd make him very proud, but I'm not letting him anywhere near my brain.
And also there's something I forgot to do for friend and fellow like a streamer and member of the community, Spooky Peppers. She asked me, I think it's because my computer blew up, I forgot, but about how does one get started with Warhammer 40k? She's trying to dip her toes into it, and I saw her streaming some Dark Time for the first time earlier. And I'm like, oh yeah, that's right. I was supposed to make a list.
Honestly, this would be a good spot for it. Honestly,
Yeah.
Like, okay, this fine. Like, if you're just dipping your toes, are they talking like getting into the game itself? We talking about lore? Like, what are we kind of talking like there? Because there's like a couple layers to that.
Yeah. Okay. Let's see. I guess we can start with this topic before we get on to the where would they fit. So yeah, because with Warhammer, like with me, I'm like, well, I'm probably never gonna play the tabletop, at least not physically.
Yeah.
Because not only am I financially, inclined to, but financially challenged, but also artistically challenged. I didn't know you had to do that shit yourself.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You have to paint it yourself. Yep.
Yep.
Trust me, I know.
It's like a goddamn Walmart self checkout. It's like, you want me to go walk away to the end of the store, grab the stuff, then bring it, and then scan it myself, and then give you money?
Tilly, it's called a hobby for a reason.
Right.
I thought the hobby part was playing the fucking game. Yeah.
No. The game
that's
part
only
is
part
the
of
game.
it.
Yeah, the hobby's the hobby. So Warhammer is broken up. It is a hobby for first and foremost. It always has been. Even back in the Rogue Trader days and the 2000 AD days, when they made that before Warhammer was even a twinkle in their eye. But it is 100% a hobby where you're literally building a model kit. And there's a lot of people that just build the models and don't even play the game.
Yep. Hell,
Uh,
there are people that sell them painting the models.
Oh yeah, there's big money in doing like commission work for in models. I know a
yes.
buddy pays like over $2,000 for a full army to get not only kit bashed for him, but painted.
Yep. Yep. So it is good money next. I've had to pay people because like I said, I bought a few models these for display purposes, but then I had to pay, I think, 1,000 altogether. Like the models themselves add up to like 300-400s, and it was like
Yeah.
$600 to get them freaking shipped to the person and back and put together and painted.
Yeah, and then safely shipped back after it's been
Yeah,
all done said and done. Yeah.
yeah, and even then, the fucking the way half of them still broke during through shipping.
Yeah.
Oh my goodness.
It's very delicate work sometimes, especially if you're using old fine cast models, fine cast resin. Luckily now most things gone to injected molding plastic, so it doesn't break as easily, but you still run into that if you don't package it correctly. You're gonna
Well,
something's gonna
I've
break.
also learned through trial and error by when I say trial and error, I mean dropping many a model.
Yeah.
Do not use the GW glue. I always
No.
went with the little super glue that you get in the little plastic bottles with the squeeze sides and everything, so you can control it.
hmm that's roughly what I use. Is I use something that's we have lapel ultra glue gel, and
Yep,
it works fantastic. And
yep,
it's like
that's
the best.
what I used.
But those fucking cheaters and that damn glue company, if you squeeze it till like there's nothing else coming out, that's only half the fucking thing. So I've gone to the habit of I buy them and I cut the squeeze casing off, so I get
I
access to the
like you.
entire bottle.
I like using the squeeze casing because you get really good control with it.
The problem is that once it's
Yeah,
only squeezed out,
you're only using
well,
half the bottle.
yeah, and then you throw it away. You're throwing away a $12 or Canadian $12 bottle of glue, and you only used half of it. So the amount of glues I've thrown away in the beginning of my hobbying career with that stuff
Oh yeah, it's a
pissed me
lot.
off. Yeah, you can make that glue go for a while
Yeah,
Like
using
I
it
wish,
right.
like I've heard people try to make like 3D models or 3D printed models of that same design, but it gets all of the glue out.
hmm
And I was like, where was this when when I was building?
enough glue to kill a
Yeah,
horse.
it would be nice. Yeah, enough glue to kill horse. No, the glue I use is not horse based, as far as I'm aware. It's probably more chemical based because it does burn when you get on your hands.
Yeah, that's what it just sticks on you. And my stepmom actually gave me a good idea because I was building a couple models when I still lived with my dad and my stepmom, and my stepmom was watching me, wash the glue on my fingertips, and she's like, "What happened?" I was like, "Oh, I was building some models, and some glue got on my fingers, and it happens a lot." And she's like, "Here," and she handed me a little plastic tub, and I opened it, or I look at it, it's like, "What is it?" And she's like, "Nail polish remover. Gets super glue off real easy."
I didn't even think of that. I
I
just use
didn't
a
either.
file. I let it dry on my fingers and I take one of my files to it and just file it off down to
Uh,
the
I
where
I
it's
know.
almost down.
I mean, it worked because it had like a little sponge in it, and she's like, "Just squeeze that sponge a couple times. That super glue will come right off. And if all else fails, just get like something dull and flat and just scrape it off. And I'll be damned if it didn't get it off every time."
Nice.
Nice.
Oh man.
Uh,
Yeah, I gotta go test this nail polish remover. But
yeah.
I was gonna say, I just had the image of freaking remember that old movie Never Ending Story?
It's been many a year since I've seen it, but yes,
Yeah, to see where the horse goes into the quicksand like mud pit or something.
yes,
Yes,
yes.
I
yes,
just
yes.
I imagine a bunch of Kriegsmen just like not seeing a fresh cavalry horse going in to save the Seg and then digging out with shovels. It's
Like that's a whole awful image, but that's funny and shit.
uh,
Um,
but so yeah okay, so yeah, since we're talking about the model part of the hobby, I'll let you guys where would you point a new person for collecting purposes? Um,
personally, and I've dealt with this conversation a few times with
yeah,
other friends that are bigger into it, and like I still do models. I've taken quite a bit of break. I still have a shallow pile of shame I need to work on.
yeah,
Um, is this is the best advice I can always say is go onto the GW website, look through the armies, even if you don't know any of the lore, pick the army that looks the coolest to you.
Yeah.
Don't
Yep.
worry about lore, don't worry about the rules or army function. Pick the one that looks the coolest. There's too many times I see those metagaming fucks online say, nah, you need to play this army, or you need to play this army, or you need to play this army. No, no, no. Pick the one that appeals to how your brain works.
Yep. That's what I've always said is like if you find basically your best bet is to find the like look online and find an army that you really personally enjoy, and if you can afford it, go for it.
Especially if they rhyme with Dark Angels.
No,
Hey,
but
but also,
if you
I
want to play- oh, go ahead.
I was gonna say, and if you're trying to save money, I hear that GW often sells like starter kits.
They do.
yeah,
For a little cheaper, get a decent amount of models to at least play a game with. And I heard
Uh,
their glue sucks, but their paints ain't that bad.
The paints aren't awful. They're good starter paints. I still use a bunch of Citadel paints because are now Warhammer paints, because they changed the logo on the pots now. I still use them. They're still good. They are like not the best paints in the world. If you're like looking for higher grade paints, there's Vallejo. There's Acrylic Pro, which I really like Acrylic Pro, especially with the airbrushes.
Yeah.
If you want more metallic paints, there's Turbo Dork. There's so many different brands, but like starting out, the Army Painter and Citadel Paints are your best friends, and the two stands are usually right beside each other in almost every game store.
Yeah, and if you don't want to pay a dime, there's a thing called Tabletop Simulator. Um,
Yes.
yep.
And
So talking on tip, go ahead, Tilly, and I'll talk
no,
about
you
something
go
that
on.
just recently happened.
You go first.
So speaking on tabletop sim, after 11th dropped here officially last week, they one of the workshop add-on mods that it's called Force Ogre, which had all the models for all your armies for all your army building in tabletop sim. Got a DCMA from Warhammer or from GW, so it was taken down, which is real. So the only thing you'd have access to is the armies you saved. So that was really sad, but not even here beginning of the week, they're back. So they read through the legal jargon of the DMCA that GW fed them, and it was because the initial web page had the picture of the Warhammer models on it and images and all that. So they went, "Oh, it's just for the web page. It's not actually for the model kit, the 3D modeling assets." So they re-uploaded on a new account with removing all the asset images. So it's just the image of Force Augury. So for anybody who hears this and is worried that you can't build an army in tabletop sim anymore, you absolutely can. And the tabletop sim table for Warhammer 11th edition is fully up and running.
Huh. I just noticed my connection quality's dropping a little bit. Hopefully we're all right.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Sorry about that whole spiel, but that was something that actually happened here in this last week.
Yep, I remember that.
So, we're to those who are worried, don't worry. Your tabletop sim Warhammer experience hasn't been taken from you. It's still there, which is good because it's part of my goddamn content.
And let's see here. And now basically where I kind of came in like, okay, I ain't doing the tabletop stuff, but I see they have a lot of video games and books, and then there's some
Mhm.
animations. So basically, I like the
Yeah,
lore side of things.
yeah.
Um,
You came in on the media side.
yeah, and, 'cause I'm a media critic and a streamer, so
Yeah.
my area. And I can say that like uh as far as definitely look up some YouTube channels, and I would say depends if you have ADD or not. If you
Mhm.
if you do have ADD, then watch Bricky. If you don't, then Luton would be the place to start.
Mhm.
Um, I think Luton was like that
Actually,
first. What's up?
The best place to start, actually, I would say, and even if you have ADHD or not,
Yeah.
is Announcer of Games Need to Know series, which are designed for new people coming in.
I actually have not seen his Need to Know series. I keep coming across his shorts mostly. Um, so
Uh,
I'll let you talk about
those
him
are
soon.
yeah. So his stuff is all designed to be like, yeah, it's hour long videos, but they are the breakdowns of the need to know entry level information of lore and tabletop information by Announcer of Games. And they're literally called like the Need to Know series. So he's got Need to Know Death Watch. He's got a bunch of other ones. I think he just did a Necron one here not too long ago and all that stuff. So he's got a lot. And he's still working on the backlog. He's one guy, so it
Yeah.
takes time. But
Yeah.
his videos are probably some of the best because he's a very much down to earth person. He does the
Yes.
hobbying side of it. He does the tournaments. He plays the game. He does the media. He's read almost pretty much every other book because that's his tism.
Yeah.
So, it's Bricky's fantastic because Bricky's so fucking entertaining and it draws you in
Yeah.
into it. And then yeah, you go find Luton. If you come across Arch, ignore him and go right past him because he's a piece of shit.
I don't really have any experience with him anyway. Like it's never popped up really in my my recommends or nothing.
So the worst part is I started watching Arch's stuff and then I found out
Yeah.
way later that he how do I put this? White hoods with eye hole cutouts.
Oh. Okay.
Yeah, yeah. Like he's not part of that group, but he acts like them.
Ah.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah, yeah.
I told you like I've been really deep diving into
Yeah.
that shit
So
lately.
so
Yeah.
so stay the hell away from Arch.
Yeah.
Go to Luton, go to Bricky, or go to Announcer of Games.
Yeah. Those probably big
And
three. Go on.
I was gonna say that, and one thing I've learned about Bricky is he's also friends with a lot of big name VTubers as well.
Yeah.
He is. He is. He's kind of like stepped away from the Warhammer stuff a little bit. He still does it,
Yeah.
but his earlier videos very much does highlight stuff, and they still do adapt this ridiculous. Which that podcast again is very entertaining, very entry level friendly.
Yes.
So again, but that's more like the funny side, and it glosses over a lot of information. Where
Yeah.
Announcer goes a little bit more in depth into it, but still on the top layer. Where Luton goes really deep diving into it all.
Yeah. So.
And one of the other ones I know is another one I can't recommend enough is Adeptus Anonymous,
Hmm.
because a lot of they do long form videos, yeah, but their real bread and butter are snippets they read from the different books, and they tell you what book it is, and they give a little bit of context from each scene that they read and everything. So
Hmm.
I think it's pretty cool. Like apparently, I learned on a video that I think was released today that Conrad hated Corvus
Oh yeah,
because, and he said apparently in the book Corvus or Conrad hated Corvus because not because of his methods or anything different. It was because Corvus basically owned the night when that was also Conrad's shtick as
yeah,
well, but
yeah,
Corvus
Yeah.
was better at it.
yeah.
They're competing
Uh,
with black haired goth boys.
mhm. The other one I just remembered too is which is another good channel. I haven't watched much of his stuff, but I do say go support him, especially because he just hit his big 100 uh, on YouTube here, not or 100,000 not too long ago. Is 40K Theories.
Yeah, I've heard of them.
Okay.
Yeah,
Oh yeah.
they also do their own Warhammer podcast, and he does a lot of theories and deep dives into Warhammer lore as well.
One I can't one other I can recommend, and then I'll let pass it back off to Tilly.
Hmm.
It's mainly orc focused, but it is really entertainment. Is Gam Gam Glitzdaka.
Hmm.
It is Gaijin Guba's other account where it is really focused on the orcs.
Yeah.
He gives a lot of lore, and it's all just it's kind of tongue in cheek a little bit, kind of like TTS was.
Yeah.
But I mean, he does go over the lore in a proper way, and he does it in like a PNG tuber, different emotions and whatnot. But he does it all in a pretty convincing orc voice. Granted, I'm almost certain he edits his voice to get down to the orky tones and whatnot, but he does it all in accent, all in character, and everything. It's great.
Yeah. So, but yeah, those are the channels I would definitely personally recommend that if somebody's news coming in the into it, then especially if you're watching from the media side of like YouTube and video games, uh, especially if like, oh, I just got into like Dark Tide or Space Marine 2 and I want to learn more. Those are the channels I definitely would hop onto and like learn and then slowly go to the deep dive channels that break it down and everything, give more information.
Yep. But I mean, at the end of the day, look at what armies are available to you, and there's a lot of them. There's a lot of them. Trust me.
Mhm.
And just go with whatever one fits your vibe.
Yeah. Like, and then again, on the media side of it too, if you're not into the game or the tabletop, there is like over like 400 damn novels just in Warhammer 40K alone. And again, just go with the character. Like, if you know one character in all of Warhammer, find their book and just read that book or go on the Audible. Almost all the books are on Audible or they're getting updated and uploaded to them. And most of the readers on their voice readers do a pretty damn good job.
Yeah. Like if there's a named character, I'm almost guaranteed that there is, if not a full book,
Mhm.
that there's in these archived books that have like the different snippets of different stories and whatnot, little short stories.
Yeah.
They're gonna be in one of those archives books.
I mean, if I had to, if like somebody came to me today and said, "Hey, what 3 books do you recommend that I would listen to or read? Just getting into Warhammer and I know nothing, but I want to find something that's entertaining to kind of give me a baseline of the world." The 3 books I'd recommend is the first Caiaphas Cain book,
Yeah.
Infinite and Divine,
Yep.
and the first Fabius Bio book.
I cannot recommend Infinite and the Divine enough. It is probably my favorite book.
If you know Waldorf and what's his toe from the Muppets, the hecklers, that's literally what these 2 idiots are.
Or if you're a little bit younger, Daffy Duck and Bugs Bunny.
Sure.
Because your boy, Announcer Games, did a short video of it, and he's like, yeah, they go straight up Looney Tunes with each other.
Oh, 100%. I listened to that book and I was laughing my ass off. And
I
I'm a
couldn't
huge
stop
fan of it.
laughing.
Yeah.
And at the end of the day, my first thought was like, Trazen, you sassy fucking bitch.
I know. He's such a good. He's the reason why he's one of my favorite Necron characters.
Oh, a favorite Necron, you say?
My favorite Necron, you say?
That sounds awful heretical.
I don't know what you're talking about.
Siding
So,
with the
anyways,
Xenos.
Tilly. So, Tilly, yeah,
Oh.
that's our recommendations.
Is it my turn to talk now?
Yeah, sorry.
Yes, sorry.
You assholes.
We just fucking took it over.
Yeah,
I know-
gonna prop
I
the
know
mic
what
up
I-
and walk out the door. So yes, you guys got this.
Well, wait. This is what happens when you put 2 nerds that are heavily riddled with autism about a
Right?
focus a subject that they hyper focus on. They're not going to shut up.
I got my Inquisitor PNG out. I can just chop up some charges on you two.
I mean, it's Tidonus' fault.
Listen, I'm a Carcharodon. I don't listen to the Inquisition. I'm not a Minotaur.
Anyway,
Minotaurs don't look at the Inquisition. That's
okay.
the High Lords.
Like, pull it back. Sounds a lot to fucking take in. Okay.
Sorry.
YouTube list.
Sorry.
Oh. So, anyways, now, yeah, so Announcer Games is definitely probably like my favorite because he's just also down to earth and he definitely addresses everyone's like the bullshit, the haters, and just people who just do internet wrong, you know, and all the incels around Warhammer.
Yeah.
But I notice every fandom has incels.
Oh, absolutely.
Yeah. But I always say just go to Bricky first, just because those his factions video, and I put him on the map. Simply because he just has those bite-sized like bits of everything, so you'll definitely get a nice like 10, 20 factions and armies like right there for you to get a nice taste of it.
It's big broad strokes.
Yeah.
Mhm.
Yeah, not to mention he's got the very inviting humor and stuff. And
Yep.
so yeah, that like it's a bunch of factions in the Space Marine chapters. And then I would say if you want to go further. But they it's a Luton. He was like the first one a lot of us encountered, and
Oh yeah.
everyone he's kind of referred to on YouTube as the lore master because he has like this very like engaging presence. Yeah, and he edits the music so well and stuff. It just feels like you're just like an epic when you just tell the story. Um, and I always say it's like I said, if you have ADHD or something, then someone like him might be a struggle because I fade in and out sometimes. Um,
Yeah, no, Luton does a very good job of
yeah,
keeping you entertained, interacted
yeah,
with, and getting the information across.
yeah,
And to on top of Tidonus's comment, like too, like yeah, and on top of yours is that Bricky's a like breakdown of the factions. Yeah, it's like broken up into 3 1-hour videos, but it gives you a good taste and basic understanding on
yeah.
kind of how the world works, how the
Well,
factions work.
it's like Luton would go into like 3 hours on just one faction alone. So it's like
Yeah.
Yep.
So yeah, and that was ridiculous, especially in those early days. They did tackle each like topic with like maybe for an hour, and you got some comedy bits in there as well. And yeah, you had DK who is the entry level fan, learn as they go along. Um,
Hmm.
but and others I could throw in there. It's like technically the second guy I encountered, and not a lot of people like him. It's called Major Kill. Um, and he's a decent guy, but he's got this like immature, degenerate humor about him.
You
But
see the Australian guy?
yes,
Yes, he's the
he's like
Aussie.
super hot and fit. Um,
Yeah, yeah, the misleading imaging. Yes.
yeah, but he does bite-sized videos. Like they rarely go longer than 10 minutes.
Hmm.
And oftentimes he brings up a lot of interesting facts. And he'll cover some topics that a lot of people just don't talk about. Like a lot of people touch the Eldar and stuff like that. And he actually has announced his retirement. Yeah, pending
Oh,
retirement. Yeah. Uh,
there's a lot of people retiring from uh not a lot, but there's a few people retiring from the online internet entertainment industry right now. And it's not even just like Warhammer
yeah.
related, just in general.
Yep.
Yeah, I don't know what it is, but it's like when you do the same thing for like 6+ years, uh,
Yeah, but these also the ones that are like the most successful ones are like, oh, we've been doing it for like 10 plus years or whatever. We've made enough money, we're retiring, we'll keep our accounts up and this
yeah,
our streams and everything live with repeat episodes, but then that's about it.
his
We're not making any
royalties.
new content.
Yeah,
Yeah.
good old royalties. Um,
Yeah.
and another guy who I would say he's probably like even better than Luton, Wes Hammer. I think he's just now starting to get back into the groove because he kind of fell off for a good year. Um, but yeah, because he makes like nice like hour-long videos, and he does some good audio production and even like some voiceover. Um, yeah, pretty like get down to earth guy too.
Mhm.
And and then I could tell you some couple channels where it's like if you're like you're really into it by then. Like
Yeah.
what I could recommend is Baldermort. He rarely gets talked about, even though he fucking his avatar is a fucking animated servo skull, and he sounds like a gothic grandpa. You know.
I'm not familiar with him.
Oh yeah, I was dropping a link right now, but he also does one of those. He kind of tends to drone on a bit, but he'll
Mm,
also, if it's a shorter book, he'll actually just read the full book. Make an audio book for free on YouTube.
yeah. Hmm.
Um, but yeah, Bouldermort.
Oh yeah, I don't know this guy. Okay.
Oh, you'll
Check
love.
him out.
Yeah. But yeah, he literally just animates servo skull with this fucking cool like goth grandpa voice. Like, he's awesome. Yeah, and a good
Right.
production. Um, and But yeah, so yeah, pretty much like yeah, so Bricky, Announcer Games. If you want to go deeper, Luton and Baltimore. Those are the
Mm,
YouTube channels to start with. Uh, so yeah, or Bricky's history video. I think that's his best video because it's only 30 minutes long and it's got both good information and jokes in it.
yeah.
Yep.
Yeah,
And then if you get all sucked in and you decide to play tabletop, there's one channel, like there's a bunch of tabletop battle rap channels.
yeah,
There is mini wargaming, which they do a really good job. I do personally find them dry, but they kind of like down to earth battle reps and everything. But the one I can recommend, which are I know a few of them and I follow them and all that stuff, is play on tabletop. And they even do like breakdowns of how to play the game and how to play the new editions and everything as they come out.
And mainstream wise, I like Angry Joe's been doing semi-regular Warhammer content.
Hmm.
If you want to just like get a glimpse at like the tabletop gaming side, and
Hmm.
also there is another Warhammer VTuber named Aurora Tempest.
Yep.
Yep.
She's friendly. And we could probably point you
She's
towards a
a
couple more
sweetheart.
like Warhammer or slash Warhammer model maker tubers. Yeah.
Hmm.
But and let's see here. So yeah, those
I'll
two
get there one
channels.
day.
Um,
I'll get there one day.
let's see here. Well, I can say though, stay away from this little thing called Warhammer Plus.
Yes.
So okay, so if you want to do it, go ahead, pay for it. But the because it's all up to whoever is into it. Like I wouldn't say stay away from it because it's not like it's bad. It's just they're slow on getting content out, and when they do, like their animation series they do get out are actually very well done. They are very well scripted and well animated. You can tell where the budgets kind of go in certain series and all that, and it kind of gives you more of an idea of how GW sees the world and things, and gives you more of an idea how certain things function. But you have to kind of weigh the odds of is it worth your time and value to get Warhammer Plus or not.
Yeah, because I'm most familiar with the Warhammer TV side of things.
Yeah,
And it's really not worth paying for, I guess, because like their website is literally devolved. Like it used to be in like a neat like playlist and stuff, and now their videos are just
mhm,
scatterbrained all on one page. You actually have to
yeah,
type in the video you're looking for. Because if you want
yeah,
to like watch like their lore series on a specific person, you can't just click on a playlist anymore. You literally gotta like remember what it was or type it in and try to find it. Like
yeah.
it is a broken web page now.
It is, and like because they more rely on the app, which is kind of getting stupid. But the only value I see in doing the Warhammer Plus with Warhammer TV is like if you're new to painting, they do have some cool like painting tricks on how to paint certain models, but it's done the GW way. There's YouTube channels that can show you better ways to do that and make it even look even more prettier. But what I do say is the value is there is for the animated series.
Yeah,
Their videos and animated series that they have done and produced themselves. Those are very well done. They're very nice. It just sucks that they're locked behind a paywall, but
yeah,
only do it if you can justify doing it.
yeah. Literally, I just once a year log in and just watch what they got. Yeah, what came out because they pump out content so slowly. And like I said, told Tita like it should have just been a freaking YouTube channel. Yeah, or Hammer
Yeah, it
TV.
should
It
have.
should have been a YouTube channel.
Yep.
With the rate they put them out, plus with all the their little tabletop and painting series and talk shows. Because their amount of content you know doesn't justify paying a subscription, and the YouTube just ad revenue would kind of help pay for itself. So
Yeah. But the thing is, they want that because, again, they're a hobbying company. They're not a media company, even though they're trying to do media stuff. I bet you their marketing team and their investors don't understand that, you probably could have made more money off of advertisements and stuff like that, and maybe subscribers on the channel than you would have made by putting it behind a paywall. And
yeah,
they could have even done like if the channel got big enough, which it would have because it's Warhammer, they could have done members only stuff. Like you pay for a subscription to the YouTube channel
hmm
to see members only content, and you would have made more money off of that than the Warhammer
yeah,
TV.
Yep.
only fans can see
Yeah,
it.
yeah,
um,
only Warhammers.
but and it's like yeah, so it's just it's like GW doesn't know how to price or be be a company sometimes,
No, it's the thing is they know how to be a model company. They know how to be a hobby company. They don't know how to be anything other than that. They're like just figuring out in the last 10 years how to be not even a gaming company, how to allow to how to explain shit to a gaming company to allow them to make video games, because they've had a lot of flops and then they've had a lot of good games. Look
Sounds
at
like
you,
a good
Fire Warrior.
segue to talk about the video game inside.
Yeah.
Okay. Um, so yeah, like I said, there was a few flops in the beginning. And they were trying different Xenos and factions in the early days, like Fire Warrior, as a Tau, or Rite of War, and with the Eldar. Um,
Yeah.
um, but I think they finally found their niche with the RTS community with Dawn of War.
Well, before we even get to Dawn of War, we got to go back to the 90s, because
Well,
there was supposed to be another RTS game out that was supposed to be out that did come out, but it was not a Warhammer game when it came out. It was supposed to be a Warhammer game. Well, it was in, GW paid for it, wanted it to be a Warhammer game. It was supposed to be a Warhammer game, and then they pulled out the last minute, and then the company had to change all the sprites, and that's StarCraft.
yep.
Yep.
Yeah, I thought
So,
those Tyranids look a little familiar. Well,
yeah, the Zerg look a little and act a little familiar to Tyranids for some reason. Um, but yeah, it's GW in the 90s and early 2000s really had a love-hate relationship with the gaming industry, because like they wanted to do it, but they were really like unsure of how to get into it. And they kept putting their toes in there, and they kept getting these developers that were like low-level developers, not calling Blizzard a low-level developer. They shit the bed on that one completely by getting scared and pulling out. They should have kept with it. But like Fire Warrior, half the reason that Fire Warrior failed was just like, and Announcer Games did a full breakdown on this, and he died. His soul died partway through it. Um, because I watched his soul slowly drain out of his body as he played the game, trying to solve all this stuff. And they, there wasn't even an interview. There really wasn't an interview on what went wrong, but it was, and it was buried. Luckily, one of his community managed to find it for him so he could like, add it to the video. And it was just like they were given like so many directions and bad information, and like the teams weren't communicating properly. I can't remember fully what it was, but it was just a failure all the way down the ladder. It was like it could have been a really good game. You could see parts of the game where it could have been really good, because they're trying to catch the coattails of like, look at Halo and how well it did, and other like first person shooters at the time of the early
oh,
2000s.
it's right. You're
And
trying
it
to be
just
Halo
something
killer.
went,
It's just
yeah, it's so it something fucked up in the development, where it's just communication wasn't happening, or they're giving multiple too many directions, and it was like rushed and all this stuff. And like GW just didn't in the beginning know how video games worked.
fair. But instead of talking about kind of video game retrospective right now, it's just like where would a new player start with the game if they want to get to the games?
Oh,
So like
yeah.
because nowadays like they're trying to make a new game like every 4 months it seems. But
That's not every 4 months. Dark
se-
Tide's been out for 3 years.
yeah,
And Space Marine 2 just came out was it last year? No, the year before. They just did their full year.
every
Oh
few
no, it
months
was last
they're
year.
attempting some kind of new game. But
Yeah.
oh, that's a good idea to do. Is like watch Warhammer Skulls, like the most recent Warhammer Skulls, and
Yeah.
because it's like
Yep.
80% of video game trailers are starter expansion DLC trailers for the current stuff.
Yeah.
And currently, Warhammer's got like 2, 3, 4 active video games going.
Uh yeah, no, they've got like, if you really like, if you're a basic first person shooter player, like I would say either Dark Tide or Space Marine 2.
Yeah, so if you
Like
liked
Yep.
if you like Left 4 Dead, then play Dark Tide. And let's see here, Space Marine. What can I compare that to?
it's
Kind of
almost
Gears
got
of
the
War.
combat style. It kind of like Gears of War, yeah, because you're over
Yeah,
the shoulder and you got close combat and then the shooting mechanic. Yeah, I'd say
and
more of a Gears.
chainsaws and the swarm type of enemies. Just yeah, it's like Gears of War, but without the covering. Um,
Yeah, and you got a little more combat, like close combat in it.
yeah, a little more like dueling to it. Um,
Yeah,
Yep.
like
uh,
if you like XCOM, Mechanicus and Mechanicus
Yes.
too.
yeah, if you like to get those tactical RPG thing, and then let's see here. Yep, if they got one called Speed Freaks, which is basically like Twisted Metal, but for Warhammer Orcs.
I need to get that. It looks so goofy and fun.
It is
Yes.
nothing but pure insanity and greatness.
I need to get it. Like I
Yeah,
have the
if you like
soft open stuff.
if you like speed or Twisted Metal, you like Speed Freaks.
Oh, I fucking love Twisted Metal. So,
Oh man.
definitely on top of that is if you like Baldur's Gate, I believe it's called Dark Heresy,
It ain't out yet.
or
But
is it not out?
I was just
You're
about to.
you must be thinking of Rogue Trader.
Yeah,
Rogue
that's
Trader, right?
yeah, Spooky. If you're watching this, I would recommend a game called Rogue Trader because it is a like a Baldur's Gate type of top-down RPG with tons of different like story path and dialogue options and just things that influence your character in a million different directions, allegiances and whatnot. So one of those big story RPGs like Icewind Dale,
Hmm.
Baldur's Gate, what's Pillars of Eternity. And one reason I recommend this game to newcomers is that they kind of assume it might be your first Warhammer experience. So every conversation you're allowed to ask, like, what the fuck is that? Like, what's a custodian?
Exactly.
Like, oh,
Yeah.
we're about to go to the that orc planet. What's an orc? Something like that.
Yep.
So there's always a information type question in like almost every dialogue. Like, what the fuck's a psyker?
Yep.
Another game I would recommend if you're on the fantasy side of it is it's not a newer game because really we haven't received a new fantasy game for Warhammer in a while is Vermintide 2.
Yeah. If you have a big hard drive,
If you got a big hard drive. If you got a big hard drive.
yes. Oh yeah.
Because it's got a lot of assets.
A lot of junk in the trunk. But yeah, that is a
Yeah,
solid
right.
game. It's if you're to the fantasy side. But yeah,
Mhm.
like if you like RPGs, and you're brand new, to definitely try Rogue Trader. Let's see, because there's kind of like a Warhammer game for almost every genre.
There almost is, and then it
yeah.
comes down to the last one, which is the one that makes the most sense to be a Warhammer game,
What's that?
which is in the RTS category, which is like Dawn of War and
Yeah.
those games.
Yeah, and if you like Diablo, there's a Diablo clone called Inquisitor Martyr.
Yes, that was
Yeah.
That was I didn't get very far into it, but it was pretty interesting what little bit I did get into it.
Yeah.
And I was happy that one of them was a real tech priest heavy.
Yeah.
you know what?
You mean I played
I
that?
just remembered. I remembered an actual first-person shooter game that is Warhammer, and that's Necromunda Hired Gun.
I forgot all about Necromunda.
That was
I
pretty
did
good.
too because
Yeah,
it was actually really good in my opinion.
yeah, especially
just
for like the
it
aesthetics.
what you
Yeah, just
like the
it was
feeling of the
glitches
world and
that they look.
everything. Like, especially if you're just getting the feeling of what's it like to live in the underhive of a hive city and everything.
Yeah,
Then like the feeling for the guns because it's got bolters, it's got auto guns and all that stuff. Like, yeah, it doesn't have a lot of Xeno presence, but you get a feeling for like the heretical presence and shit like that that's happening in the game.
yeah,
Trying to think, because you got you go to the RTSs, you got Dawn of War. I think you have Total War Warhammer 4 Fantasy already. You don't have where the 40K one's still about to come out.
Yeah, the 40K one is not out yet.
Yeah. And then you do have another RTS that's fantasy. I can't think of it right now.
Oh yeah, there's also another good. I'm sure it's RTS or a strategy game, but it's called Battle Sector.
Yes.
Okay. Yeah.
That was pretty fun.
My buddy Connor has been playing that a lot here lately.
And it's kind of got some tabletop elements into it because you got to put like points into what art units you want to use. So it's a good resource management type of a strategy game. Yeah, but yeah, it even got like a Warhammer version of chess.
Yeah.
And they even have like if you like those naval ship combat type of games, then they have like their own Battlefleet games.
Yeah, Battlefield Gothic.
Yeah.
But here's the real question, Tilly: do you like sports balls?
Well, I guess I don't.
It's fair. But to those who like football or rugby, as it would be, because it's from the UK, you also have Blood Bowl.
Blood Bowl is a lot of fun. Get Blood Bowl 2, don't get Blood Bowl 3.
I was about to say that. Blood Bowl 3 doesn't work like it's supposed to.
Does it? What? There ain't no third Blood Bowl game. What are you talking about?
Yeah, exactly. The third Blood Bowl game's a lie.
Yeah.
Have you heard
Blood
Sorry,
Bowl.
more about Blood Bowl? It's
that
pretty
must have been
wild.
some that must have been some Zechian fuckery.
Actually, I love Blood Bowl too because the system not only is it multiplayer online, you can actually set up a full like game season with people and actually play through a full like tournament season. And the system automatically takes care of all the background work. You just have to
Yep.
have somebody to set it up. That's so cool.
I remember one of the first games that me and my buddies of the Moron started streaming was Blood Bowl,
hmm
and yeah, it was a lot of fun. But I remember we did it like kind of the higher point setups, and I played as the orcs, and I kept getting my shit wrecked, and I'm like, son of a bitch.
I think the first season I was in with a group of guys, I played the mummies or the zombies. I can't remember, and I got my ass handed to me. And then the next season, I played lizardmen.
I haven't gone back to play in a while, but I really wanted to. I figured I'd give Lizardman a try mainly because, well, I started
Lizard
loving
fucker.
and um, I really wanted to try it because Nakai was the one who got me started in playing as a Lizardman.
Mhm.
Okay. And so, circling back to like what kind of animations to start off with. And there's one series called "The Emperor Text to Speech Device."
Yeah.
Yep.
eh,
It's very sad it's not going anymore because they got nailed by the first wave of copyright shit when
Well,
GW was
yeah.
doing media stuff.
they didn't get nailed, but they wanted to make sure that they didn't get nailed, so that's why Alpha Busa pulled the lid on the project.
Which is
Yeah.
really sad because there's so much Warhammer stuff now happening that they could have stayed running, but now they're off doing there are so many of them are off doing their own things.
Yeah.
It's going to be hard to pull them back
Yeah,
together.
they're
Yeah.
doing Hunter the Parenting right now, which incorporates a lot of the same cast from TTS.
Yeah.
Yeah, like a guy was just having a kid and they want to get into a legal battle, and I can tell you, even if a legal battle looks like an easy win, don't do it. That's too draining of your finances and time.
Yeah.
Right.
What is TTS? Essentially, it's like a comedy parody series, of basically because the Emperor is this character that is basically entombed on this chair and he can't really speak to no one, unless it's like vaguely and psychically, most of the time. And but someone's like, well, we just give him like a freaking text to speech device, and so now he finally speaks again, and he's just not happy with
He's
the state
pissed.
of the Imperium,
He has words to say.
Yep.
and yeah, so it's half the show to him just like them just making fun of the Warhammer, in a lovable way, but
Yeah,
and
it's
I
something always just to remember with it though too is if you're coming in new, do not take it seriously. It's not
Yep.
all 100% lore accurate. They are meant to be, it's meant to be satire.
I can say
It
that
was very. Oh, go ahead.
on a second watching though, I realized this is literally lore videos because half their plot,
Mhm.
half their script is basically just talking like they're breaking down, like the start of the emperor, or they talk about the chaos gods or the primarchs or something. It literally is.
It
It is
is.
kind of like a lore. It's educational.
Yeah.
Educational comedy. So
But there is things they get like wrong and they say jokingly that people take seriously. Like there's the ongoing joke that Dorn can't read. He absolutely can read, but it's just fucking funny to say it.
Yeah.
and there's also the custodians aren't always walking around naked.
Yeah.
Yep.
All with oiled up bodies.
Yeah.
There's not a custodian named Kitten.
That's our Captain General. I'll have you
Yeah.
know.
Yep.
Yeah, I don't care about your Captain Generals. You're too shiny. Go back to the palace.
But yeah, that was one of my very first Warhammer experiences. It was the text to speech device. Um,
Yeah.
oh man. Uh,
Actually,
I told Tito the story, but I should probably
speaking of,
tell Farva at the end of this. My first actual experience with Warhammer.
ooh,
So, but uh, oh, but then but recently, Alpha Booza has released what that last episode was gonna be. So he didn't make
okay,
it. He did tell what was gonna happen next.
okay.
I know that he released whenever the announcement went out
Yeah.
that he released what he had,
Yeah.
which was a really short video, and it was met with a lot of hatred.
Yeah.
Well, yeah, because it was just basically because he just cucked us on the season finale, so we were just gonna tell us that last episode. But
Yeah.
it would have went on to have like probably another season or two. But hey, we
Yeah.
can't say Kitten lives, so that was a
Mhm.
good 5-year fucking cliffhanger. You know,
Yeah.
Yeah.
so
Speaking of other Warhammer stuff that's kind of like entertaining and stuff like that, you do have Zoran the Bear doing his stuff with narrative declaration,
never heard of it.
narrative fuck it, I can't say the fucking word. I always wind up with a word I can't.
Declaration.
Thank you. Narrative declaration, where they have war. It's where they spawn Warhams came from. So they do tabletop RPG Warhammers with the Wrath and Glory system, and currently they're doing Dark Odyssey using the Dark Heresy or the Dark Warhammer system. I can't remember what it's called, but it's a older system that's based on a D100.
Shit.
Dark Imperium. I think it's called Dark Imperium.
Hold on. I know that my buddy had a book of it.
Yeah.
Speaking of
But
books,
again,
let's segue to the
another-
Warhammer novels.
Yeah.
Okay. So
Novels.
yeah, now so
Dark
there is-
Heresy.
Dark Heresy. Thank you.
I could like that. And so yeah, there is like probably like what 4 going on 500 actual novels of Warhammer.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Of just like Warhammer 40K alone.
Yeah.
Actually, yeah.
I
I think
own
actually,
probably
like-
like 350. Yeah. I may only read
Yeah.
like 10. Cause I have issues. But
I don't
it's-
read. I
yeah.
listen.
Yeah, listen. Oh yeah, it's all audiobooks. So
Okay.
yeah, so like I can literally scroll. I should pull up on screen to scroll through my Audible collection. Yeah, but I nearly own all of them that are on Audible.
Mhm.
Like so yeah, basically pro tips. What I did one it's probably cheapest if you willing to shell out $230. Get like the 2 years worth of Audible credits pass. Because that's the cheapest.
Yeah.
Because I literally looked at like 24 Warhammer audiobooks on like the Black Library website cost close to $1,000 fucking dollars.
Oh yeah.
And
Do not buy your audiobooks from Black Library. It's the audiobooks are way overpriced. Just get them off Audible or any
Yeah.
other book reading online program. It's usually cheaper.
Yeah.
And like I do subscriptions with Audible, so I
Yeah.
get a credit every month. And usually, I listen to books while I'm on night shift, so
Yeah.
I usually get a couple credits built up, and then I buy a couple books, and then I have a couple books to listen to.
Yeah.
So there's
So
multiple ways through Audible to do it.
and the
Yep.
thing is too, it's a little hard to keep up. You're trying to keep up because they crank out at least 2 books a month. Yeah, maybe 3.
I'd say it's 3 a quarter.
Yeah.
2 to 3 a quarter.
No, I could easily say like 2, at least 2 a month, and I still
Okay.
can't keep up.
Yeah.
But what was I gonna say is that also Audible does sales, especially I think in the month of, is either April or May, where like everything is like 75% off, give or
Oh, yeah.
take. So if you're subscribing, that's so I would drop like $100 and get like 30 books or something like that. So just so that's why I just gotta wait, and then I'm gonna scoop all those Kaifa's Cave books. Yeah.
I have all 8 books through my method of
Yeah.
just like, next month, I got a credit. I'm going to grab this book. Oh, next month. So I've got probably over 40 something. And there's a couple times where I've like bought extra credits to get a couple more books or whatever if I've really gotten into a series. And, I've got over 40 books, but I got the full Kai Fiskane series because I love him.
Yeah.
And a lot of those audiobook readers, like the narrators or storytellers, they're reading the books.
Yeah.
A lot of them are really well done. There's a couple I've gotten where it's like, okay, you're kind of a drag, but the book is
Yeah.
really good, or you're really good and this book is shit.
Yeah. Oh.
I still remember. I felt really weird because over all these years, I've been saying Trazen.
Yeah, it's tragic.
Yeah, apparently I've been saying it wrong all this time. Apparently it's Trazen the Infinite, and I'm
Mhm.
like, it's gonna be so hard for me to not start to say it right though.
I mean,
It's hard.
I was the same way with
It-
Tifa Lockhart. I always call her Tifa because I thought it was
Yeah.
short for Tiffany.
Yep.
But
Mhm.
yeah, well, we all have a character, at least one character like that in our lives. Everyone, if not, you're lying. Yeah.
There's at least one name that none of us can fuck up, and that is Gazgul Thraka.
Big Green.
Big Green.
Would that mean Bakari Little Green?
That'd make Makari Little Green, yes.
I mean, all I know about Little Green is you don't fuck with the white mage.
So
Hey, all I know about Little Green is that he's whatever Gretchen Gaskell picks.
Yeah.
where would a newbie start off with the novels?
Mm,
See here.
yes.
Tidonus, go first.
Honestly,
let's go
kind of
for
the same premise as if you know of an army that you really kind of want to learn more about. I mean, there's nothing wrong with just starting there and looking up going to the Black Library and say looking up orcs or Tau or Necron or what have you, and just go into town like it.
Oh.
And
That's a good thing for us to emphasize here. There is really no starting points when it comes to Warhammer
Yeah.
40k lore. Yeah, there's no
Yeah, there's-
chronological order. Like technically there's a timeline, a general timeline, but if you're looking for okay, there's 500 books, what is the actual chronological order? Oh fuck.
There is only one chronological order series in the Warhammer universe of 40k, and it's not even 40k.
It's 30k.
It's 30k.
And even then, it still bounces around a bit.
Yeah, there's a list that tells you like which are the important books and which are the additional books of the side stories that you can like cut out to like rush read through the Horus Heresy. But yeah, you're absolutely right. There is like mini series in 40k, but there's like no real starting point.
Yeah,
there's no
just
starting.
jump on in and find a place and just jump right into the deep end and just have a good time with it.
And before we talk more about books, but also GW does this thing where they kind of retcon, the information or the story, like once every sometimes every 10 years or something. There's usually some big retcons.
It is the rule that has been set is everything is canon until it is not.
Right.
Yep.
But so often people say the Horus Heresy is technically a good place to start. When yes and no, because that first book really assumes you know a bit about the Warhammer universe.
I was not saying the Heresy was a good place to start. I was just saying that.
So you'll have to hear that.
Yeah. Yeah. No, I was just saying that's like the only real actual chronological order of books in 40k, which is the 30k books. Like to me, I agree with Tidonus on find an army. If you're in the hobby side, find an army you like and then jump in. But if you have no interest on the game or the hobbying side, what I would say, and I always say this, is it's hard to jump in just randomly. And I will always say this is the best recommendations I can give is the Caiaphas Cain series because it gives you a Caiaphas Cain and Gaunt's Ghosts because they give you kind of a feeling of the world. They're based like humans. They do interact with Space Marines on the occasion and with Xenos and Chaos.
Now I can bounce off both y'all's what both y'all said. First of all, even with the Caiaphas Cain and Ghost Concerts, you can just jump in at any time because they're not.
Yeah.
They're still not chronological. Like you can read book 5 of Caiaphas Cain and just be like, okay, he had previous adventures.
So,
but we didn't have to read book 4.
No, but there's real fun things as you get closer to the end of the 8-book series, he does actually start referencing other books in the past and other stories. So I would always recommend to start with the first. You can start with anyone in the series. I still recommend to start with the very first one, which I can't remember what it's called, but it's start with the first one. I think Audible even has. Yeah, for the Emperor, and I think it's even an Audible now. They even have it marked like it's the first book in the series.
Yeah, that's a good thing about Audible too, is that it'll always tell you what series and also what mini series it's in. So you'll see a Warhammer 40k tag and then a Caiaphas Cain tag or something. And then bounce off what Jace just said about the picking your faction. Well, saying it's dependent. Your faction might not be very well liked by GW themselves, and so they might not have any media for you to really dive into.
That's the other issue with that one.
Yeah,
if you
the basing it off your army.
Yeah, if you like Space Marines, then you're drowning in good shit. But if you like Votan, well, it's
the hard part with with Votan is because Votan literally just came back a couple in 10th edition or at
yeah.
the end of 9th. So it's like it's
Uh,
hard to go like, oh,
I can
like they
also
do have
say,
one book out.
I can also say, if you like Eldar, Craft World Eldar, well, there's like maybe like a couple books from the early 2000s that might even be canon anymore.
Yeah.
Let's
There's a lot of
see
books with
here.
Eldar in them.
Yeah, like Necrons,
Oh
they're
yeah.
great, but like, but they only have like 5 books.
I think we're up to 6 now. We're up to 6.
Yeah.
We're mentioned a lot too. We're also, I think,
How many Loyalist
Necrons are
Marine
also.
books though?
Oh, there's a stupid amount of Loyalist Marine
Yeah,
books.
yeah. So
Like again, Necrons are also
yeah,
mentioned in Loyalist Marines books. Also, they're
yeah,
mentioned in a Dante book
yeah,
because he meets the Silent King.
yeah. Pretty well
There was
story.
another
So
book where, what was it? I'm trying to remember the book where Rabute, I guess he has an audience with the Silent King.
he does. That is in the one of the most recent books.
Yeah,
Which one is it frickin' called? I can't
the
remember.
Silent King.
It's not pro. It is. It's called the Silent King. Actually,
Yeah,
yeah, you're
yeah.
right.
It's
Because it's
trying to remember this because I was literally starting to read that series, the Dawn of
yeah.
Fire series.
Yeah, that one was actually that's funny. That book is actually right before the Dark Imperium book series and before calls the Great Works book series. Because if you listen to it, he hasn't dealt with Mortarion yet. The plague of Nurgle plague had just started showing up on worlds. They just discovered the Pryad Nexus or had first time gone into the Pryad Nexus at that point. So it's so there's a Pride Nexus book, which is the first encounter with the Pride Nexus, and then there's this book, which is Gilman going in for the first time, which I think it's slightly other happens. Yeah, it happens before the Dark Imperium books because Call's there with them when they go into it, and that's where Call splits off. Because in the Dark Imperium books is when Call or when Gilman's trying to get a hold of Call, and then that whole thing spider webs out.
Yep.
Because I love my AdMech, so I love Call, so I absolutely fucking listen to those books.
I do love the
I
Symphony art.
still
Yeah,
got.
Yeah.
like when he was fucking with that guy with the projector.
Oh, absolutely.
Yeah. Oh man. And also, yeah. So bear in mind, Warhammer story. It's kind of like a it's like oppression and fascism, and it's like it's extremism, and it's there to
It's
take it.
racism,
Yeah,
xenosism.
it's intolerance is the theme of Warhammer. Yeah, it's
Yeah.
cranked up to the extreme.
It's
And
satire. It's
yeah,
100% satire. It needs to be treated like satire. Do not take it seriously.
yeah,
But they know what they're writing. They tell you what's on the package because it's literally goes at the start of every book.
yeah,
This is the grim, dark future. It's the darkest timeline of humanity. So humans aren't good people. We are suppressed. We are just fighting for our lives. It's not a great time. Don't
yeah,
go into thinking like this is going to be lollipops and rainbows.
Yeah, this
yeah,
isn't going to be what Warcraft is now. It's not a fun time for anybody. It's like one of the main questions. It's like one of the jokes that I've talked to my friends about. They're like, "Oh, you really love the Warhammer universe?" They're like, "Yeah, it's one of my favorite universes and everything." They're like, "Would you ever live in it?" Hell
Oh
no!
no.
no, no, no,
Like,
no,
don't get me wrong. I'm more than happy to watch it through a window and everything, and I love it. And there's a lot of fuckery to be had. But everyone's like, "Oh, well, you like Star Wars? Yeah, I'd love to be over there, and maybe I could be a Jedi, or part of the army, or or another person. I'm a big fan of Star Trek. Maybe I could join the Federation, or be one of the massive amount of aliens they have over there. Warhammer fans? Hell no! You're gonna be a psycho to want to live there.
oh
As
Lord,
soon as you get off the ship, you would die.
Yep.
yeah.
Or
I
God's help you if you're a psyker.
shit.
Like,
There was one guy who didn't even make it out of the fucking the ship's hangar door didn't even fully open when the guy just got yanked by a catch and tentacle.
oh,
I believe
100%.
it.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah,
People got to remember, like when we talk in Warhammer, it's the entire not, it's
yeah,
the entire Milky Way galaxy.
yeah,
It is millions of worlds and trillions of souls,
yeah,
Yeah.
of human souls. It is
yeah,
massive. That's why there's a rift in the middle of the map.
yeah,
It's why there's like 2 sectors of Imperium
yeah.
that's split up by that rift.
Yeah,
It
it's
is
like
massive.
Yeah, like being a starved slave is getting off easy in the Warhammer.
Yeah.
You know,
Living in an underhive is
yeah,
getting off easy.
yeah.
Yeah.
I got like that's his video where he's trying to explain like your anime isekais aren't edgy at all, man. Like I just hate this little girl a las gun and just point her at that plague demon who's trying to end her life. You know, that's where
Yeah,
we're in.
pretty
You know,
much.
Yep.
and also too, but there's also plants where like it's just nice and peaceful farming, or they're like we're just fucking not chivalric knights that pilot freaking mechs. You know, there's so much shit packed into this universe too. You know, and
Yep.
it's like
Absolutely. And there's it's not a futuristic where technology is really advanced. Technology is actually
yeah,
has
It's
the
degraded.
it's
yeah,
degraded. We've gone backwards where we're not innovating. We're just staying stale. Technology has become stale because
yeah,
the people who make it believe that it has a spirit and that all knowledge already exists and you can't make new knowledge. And
oh yeah,
because they become stagnant in this. And so the Imperium doesn't advance as like it should because it's lost majority of the technology. And there's a full history to how they've lost that technology and why they become this mindset and everything. Like the whole expanded knowledge of the history of Warhammer and the universe. Like there's literally a
yeah.
golden age of technology, the War of Men of Iron, then the Dark Age of technology, and then the Emperor shows up.
Yeah, like this is a universe where like even if you just tell them no, you're met with a bullet to the face.
Yep,
Yeah,
pretty much, or servitorization.
yeah,
Yep. And I still y'all talking about technology regressing and everything. It kind of
yeah,
remind me of the Iron Striders and everything.
Hmm.
yeah.
And I think Tilly was the first one who ever told me about them. And
So,
apparently, it's like the just bipedal mechanical striders and everything.
mhm.
And but the technology was lost in how they actually work.
Yeah,
They don't ever turn them off.
So it's not the technology wasn't lost. So what it is they are like imagine a motorbike with chicken legs,
Yeah, it's
and
basically a walking chicken.
yeah,
yeah, it's like an AT-ST from Star Wars.
yeah.
Um,
I like horse
but
sense.
but just little smaller in the size. But what it is the tech priest that found the STC for it died, and because he died and he didn't share the knowledge died with him because that's where the mechanicum works. So
Yep.
now, so the way they were originally described is like, oh, we keep them in a pen, they're constantly running around, or we keep them on a treadmill, constantly moving. No, no. So that was misconstrued. It's just like you just got to keep the engine running. They don't like keep running around mindlessly. You just got to leave the engine on. They never just shut the engine off.
Yeah, they literally just like run
Re-
around in a freaking circle and they got corralled him in order to like ride him.
So that's again. So that's the part I was correcting is they don't actually like run around. The motors are running, but they're standing still.
I
They've
just
corrected that
I,
lore.
Uh,
I still think it's funny just the mental image of just a bunch of Irish striders running around and around corral and everything.
Oh, don't get me wrong.
oh,
I still prefer that version because it's funnier than shit. But yeah, apparently in the last like Skitari video that they did, that this ridiculous did, they apparently did a full breakdown, and I went and looked at because the whole like new history of Skitaris came out with Heresy Third Edition. Is those striders aren't like running around like chickens? They're just standing in place with the motors running, like sitting in idle.
Yeah.
and on top of the technological regression, and with like religious and magical freaking extremism, like essentially like
Yeah.
if you can't just fix your car, you're supposed to like take a knee and pray to your wrench first, and before
Yeah.
you even like mess with your car. And the craziest thing is it works. It's like somehow
It
there's a
does.
spirit inside every little piece of tech. If you'll pray to it and like secret oils and incense, it just won't work for you. Yeah, there's
And
a
the
good
worst
chance.
part is you can't do it yourself. You got to go to your local tech priest and convince them to do it.
Yeah,
And if
Yep.
they decide to do it, then they'll do it. And if you're lucky, they won't take it from you.
yeah. And then there's also a universe where you can't even get like frustrated because then you'll be corrupted by chaos.
Oh yeah.
It's like
Can't become too emotional or one of the
yeah,
chaos gods go, yoink, you're mine now.
yeah,
Yep.
yeah,
But don't talk bad about your living conditions
right,
Yeah. Grandpa Nurgle's going to show up and give you a free disease.
or God forbid, an inquisitor hears you.
yeah,
Yeah. Questioning and a bolt around. My
yeah.
favorite.
That fellow Slave's got a nice ass. Like
Yeah.
hello.
Hello.
Oh man, but so yeah, I guess to really start Warhammer, yeah, I say that right now I guess the Luton announcer and Brick are like the holy trinity of YouTube starter channels. Um,
Yeah.
and then it's kind of like like dive into whatever factions that you like the most. And you would just play tabletop or the tabletop simulator.
Mhm.
Yeah, if you want to build your own models, if you got the money, or you just want to play video games, then like Dark Tide and Road Trader probably the best places to start. Um,
I'd Space Marine 2. I would put the Space Marine 2 in there. It's a good place to start. That's where a lot of people got in on too.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah. But play the story mode though.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Start the story mode first before you play any
Yeah,
multiplayer.
do the campaign.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So yeah. So those are like the holy trinity of the video games.
Mhm.
And book wise though, if we had to like gun to our heads, bolt to our heads, name off some starter books. So y'all
Again, I'm
said
gonna stick.
Divine and what else?
I'm gonna stick to my guns. Caiaphas Cain for the Emperor.
Okay. And you're
And
not
then
just saying that because you just like the characters and the story, but actually it doesn't actually get informative of the
it does
universe.
so it's not only just the character because I like the character. It's also because it breaks down the way the Warhammer universe works. It introduces you to a couple Xenos factions and a couple like just ideologies of how like the Guard works, how the Imperium works in general. It can be very funny and campy, but it can also have its own serious moments. It is very well written, and it's a great like soft introduction to the world of Warhammer. Where if you want something that's on the same level as that, but a little bit more grittier, then you go with the first Gaunt's Ghost book, which is more
If
solemn and more, takes things serious. But again, at a human standard level of a human's point of view of the Imperium and the world around it of Warhammer.
if I had to pick 3 books, one is definitely again the Infinite and the Divine because like I said, it's probably my favorite book.
Mhm.
And I kind of have to cheat a little bit because I there's a trilogy. Are all 3 of the Carcharodon books? And
Of course you would.
hey,
Of course you would.
they are very good books.
They
Like
are not entry level books, though. They are not
no.
entry level books. You have to know what's going on.
Well, if you want to know more about the Carcharodons, if that is the faction you have decided, hey, this is this is who I'm gonna go with.
The problem is with that, and I mean, this is not throwing shade at you or anybody else, is that if you're thinking about it from a person who's coming in from the outside world that knows nothing about Warhammer, knows nothing about Space Marines, all they know is the Blue Boys, they're not going to go, oh, Caradons, I want to learn about them. They're going to go, oh, what the fuck is this? And move on and go find an Ultramarine book. Like,
Yeah.
you would have to know deeper knowledge of the successor chapters because Caradons are a successor chapter. They're not the main 9.
18.
I said 9 because I was talking the loyalist side.
Oh,
The main 9 loyalist.
fair enough. But yeah, like okay, so starting off wise then again the Infinite and Divine because I can't recognize I recommend not recognize.
Yeah, recommend that book as well. I agree with that one because it's funny, it's engaging, it gives you a great idea like how the Necrons work on a baseline that's not overly complicated. It gives you kind of introduction to a couple different factions within the books without getting overly complicated, and it's just again a good entry level book.
Yep. Gods. I don't know a whole lot of other ones that are
Oh,
more entry
now I
level.
remember. Yeah, good tip. Uh, my suggestion too, if instead of getting to like just like a main series, or like your favorite faction, Warhammer just they have a ton of like anthologies, like a lot of collection,
Yes.
books that have like
Yes.
Omnibuses and stuff.
yeah, omnibus, so like mini books of like this could be Space Marines and this one's selling like a Chaos and this one's a Xenos. So yeah, get the collection books.
Yeah.
So
Yeah,
so you get bite sizes of all the different universe. Yeah.
yeah,
Well,
just a bunch of short stories and I mean you can't really go wrong.
Yeah.
I mean, you say that, but they also just released the Caiaphas Cain omnibus, which has all his stories in it, which are fantastic. And I think some of them are not just the short stories. I think some of them are actually like the full length novels in this one novel. Um, but again, like if we're gonna break it down, I'd say really and truly, it'd be Caiaphas Cain for the Emperor. It'd be Infinite and Divine, and then the first Dark Imperium book, because that is Gilliman and Nurgle going at it, and it kind of gives you an idea of how what a Primarch is. Kind of gives you an idea of what the state of the Universal 40K is in, and kind of gives you an idea of how Space Marines operate.
Yep.
Yeah. Because I got a couple of favorite series so far that offer good variety, but I'm not sure for a beginner I could recommend them.
Yeah, those are the three I would recommend for beginners because they give you kind of information. They're fun. They're engaging. They kind of give you. They don't overload you with information, but they give you enough to kind of get a feel for the world. Because like if we're going like favorite series, like absolutely, I'd say Fabius Bile because his 3-book series is fantastic. I could say the great works from Belisarius Call because I love Call, and that was also another great book that explains where the Primaris came from. But that's getting too complicated. We'd just go with like books that can go. Here you go. There's 3 books. You read these, you get a general idea of what the state of the universe is, what is Warhammer, and what these factions are kind of like, and what kind of other factions are like.
Yep.
Okay.
Because even in Infinite Divine, it does mention orcs in it because he actually goes and looks and talks about war scene of orcs that he has selected.
Well, they have to fight some orcs as well.
They do.
But yeah, so that's our recommendations for books. Infinite Divine, Caiaphas Cain, God's Ghosts, and the anthologies.
Yeah.
But yeah, that's kind of the best way to start off Warhammer. Check out some animations while you're at it too, particularly ones on YouTube. Don't go to Warhammer Plus. Also, even on YouTube too, there's this one called Hell's Reach, which is basically it's a movie.
Yes.
It's a movie of the books.
It's a movie.
Yeah. Very solid. And even I showed my cousin who'd never seen really Warhammer, and he liked it.
It's so freaking good.
It's probably got one of the best speeches in 40K.
Yeah.
Well, the thing is, it's like that's actually directly pulled from the book Hell's Reach.
Yeah.
Yes.
They just like hand sketch animation, and it's so well done. It encapsulates that book so much and so perfectly because that is an amazing book on its own. And like, yeah, that's something that could draw somebody in and give you an idea of like what is this world that I'm falling into.
I haven't heard anybody say anything bad about the Hell's Reach animation.
Yeah, like
No,
if you like Grimaldus, then you'll like that one guy Baltimore I posted. It's the way he talks reminds me a lot of Grimaldus.
Yeah.
And basically there you go, free Warhammer movie. There are other ones, but that's when you should start. Yeah. It's 2.5 hours, so if you get some popcorn.
I'm pretty sure the original Astartes series is still on YouTube.
Yes.
Yes.
So there's also that as well. I would recommend.
That's only like 10 minutes, so go ahead and drop through that. Because that was a lot of people's entry as well. The fuck is this? It's amazing.
Yeah, it became mainstream, and I think one of the other big selling points of it is that it was, animated by one dude.
Yeah, and it looks so fucking good. It is so well done. It does such a great job to like showing like the fact of the size and the mass of a space marine, how they fight and how they can move compared to a normal like human.
And this one guy before AI, so I would love to be flying well behind the scenes of that.
He did such a good job like by himself, and like now after that series came out, he got hired by GW, and now Astartes 2 is up on Warhammer TV. That's what I was like saying, like if you've got the money and you can afford to do it and you want to do it, then Warhammer TV is not a bad option because it's got some amazing animations. Again, Astartes 2 is up there because they hired that guy, but only if you've got the money to do it.
We got we get the 5-year anniversary of Warhammer Plus coming. I can't believe it's gone that fast already. But,
I know, right?
So, and I've at least invited these two to we're gonna go watch through all those animations, and just do a little retrospective deep dive into them.
That would be so much fun to do, and just like sit there and talk about and just gush over them again.
Yeah. But yeah, thank you, Darlas, thank you, heretics, thank you, Monkai, thank you, scum, for all listening to our episode of What? Yeah, and
What?
we'll catch you on the next one.
Y'all take care.
Bye for now.